What's up, guys, to the SuperFunPack weekly podcast. With me, as always, is Jennifer,
Hello.
and I'm your host every day, Chris.
Wait, my name's now Jennifer. You've called me Jen since the beginning.
I know, I keep keep switching it up on you.
You're also not host every day. I was host last week, so
Hey,
suck it.
we don't talk about the one time you're the host.
We're not even in double digits of episodes yet, so you can't act like I haven't done it.
Hey.
Hey.
You don't talk to me like that.
Why? Because you're a big director.
Hey. Calm yourself.
Well, you're the host this week, so lead away.
So anyway, we had a pretty interesting week.
Did we?
Yeah, we filmed some stuff that is going to be put up on the channel in a little bit. In a few weeks, we'll have our first episode for our series. The Superhero Coliseum. Yeah.
Wow, you always suck as host. Why do I keep letting you do it? So today was our first ever shoot for the Wolverine versus X-23.
Yeah, we just announced that. Yeah, it's Wolverine versus X-23. How did you feel being X-23?
It was good. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was really, really, really cold because we filmed outside, but it was really nice. It felt good being X-23, especially since I read the complete X-23 Origins comic book before we filmed, so I really understood the character and how she fought and stuff like that. So it didn't feel weird portraying her at all.
Yeah, it was real interesting watching you guys perform and watching Lance do his thing with you, and it was a really cool experience getting to do all that.
Yeah. How was it directing your girlfriend?
It was a little weird, but
Yeah, it was weird. Why was it weird?
Because I know what you're capable of, and it's now I can't be oh, don't do this, don't do that, or because you're good enough in your own right to kind of do things.
In what regard? What are you talking about?
You're very good at improvising on the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or on the spot. You follow the directions well, and then you change it if you need to, and you do subtle things to change your performance a little bit and to give me variety to work with.
Oh, that's really sweet. That's a really nice compliment. Thank you, director.
Then we also filmed half of a promo video we're gonna do for our teammate Trevor Goody.
Yes.
Which I'm really excited to get that done too.
Our week wasn't that exciting because my mom left, so I spent all of Wednesday crying. I had a really bad headache. I was kind of a bitch this week. Yesterday, I got really annoyed with Chris. Okay, this is what happened. Everyone should side with me, but so Chris and I went to Burger King. We're sitting down. We ate our food. Chris does not drink his drinks till the end of his meal. Okay, so I was not drinking my drink either. I only had a few sips here and there just to help the potato go down. And I was like, okay, we're going to leave. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Chris said, I'm going to throw everything away. And I said, okay, get up, go to the bathroom, come out. Chris is waiting for it. I'm like, where's my drink? He's like, I threw it away. He threw away an entire full medium Dr. Pepper. You threw away my Dr. Pepper, okay? I was enraged. I paid for that drink. I wanted that drink, and I've decided that I'm going to cut out soda. So I didn't tell this to him, but in my mind, this is my last hurrah of soda. I was going to be like, okay, no more soda after this. So I come out expecting to have my delicious beverage, and what do I get? An empty-handed Chris. Okay? I was so mad the rest of the night. I could not contain my fury. I couldn't look at him in the face. It was worse. And I can't believe you... I just can't... I'm flabbergasted that you would throw away someone else's soda. Like, what was going through your mind, Christopher?
Like I said, I was going to throw it away.
No, you didn't say, I'm going to throw your soda away. You said, I'm going to throw all this away. I thought you meant, like, the empty food and wrappers. Why would you throw someone's full drink away?
I did say all of this.
You didn't say... come on. I thought you referenced the tray, which had all of our empty food. You didn't say the sodas. Why would you throw someone's soda away? How would you feel if you were drinking a delicious Snapple, didn't finish it, went to go to the bathroom, was like, okay, I'm going to throw everything away, and I threw away your delicious Snapple that was still full?
I'd be like, damn it, and I'd get over it.
I'm not getting over this one. I cannot tell you how actually angry I was. I whipped around, pushed open the Burger King door, and just walked away. I didn't even cut a lady off exiting the door. That's how mad I was.
I think that was a guy.
It was a person's hand. That's all I saw. And I just went, fuck you, and kept walking. That's how my week has gone. Oh! But surprise, my birthday's in 2 weeks. And I just got a gift. My best friend got me a Fitbit, and I'm wearing it right now. And I'm super excited about it because they're expensive, and I've been wanting one for a very long time.
Well, let's see what I did. I didn't really do too much. I did though watch Dragon Ball, but that's always every week for me.
Yeah, you're a Dragon Baller.
Yeah. Watched a few Let's Plays. More just getting everything set up for the shoot on that just passed. Then just reading a few articles here and there and listening to a few podcasts myself.
Yeah.
And then listening and reading reviews on The Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he's doing okay. It's like people enjoy it, but I hear that it's not the greatest thing.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. But to be honest, first season of Daredevil, I did not like. Jessica Jones, didn't really like. Haven't seen Luke Cage. Iron Fist, let's not even talk about that.
Well, I watched Daredevil season 1 and 2, and I watched Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch Luke Cage. I didn't watch Defenders or Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm. Defenders is not on Netflix, is it?
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought it was on Amazon
been out
for some reason.
for over a year.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm behind on television, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Too much to watch. I'm rewatching Frasier for like the 10th time.
Well, Frasier's a really good show. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I know. I just keep watching it now. That, The Office, and Parks and Rec. But yeah, I haven't seen it. But I don't know. I didn't really enjoy. The best part of Jessica Jones was David Tennant.
Yeah.
The Punisher season 1 was slow.
You mean Daredevil season 1?
Yeah, Daredevil. Sorry.
I call Punisher season 1 season 2 of Daredevil because that's when you get to see Punisher.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what made season 2 so good. It was the other characters I liked a lot. Punisher was really good. The fight scene, the hallway scene in season 2 of Daredevil was awesome. Super long hallway scene where he's like... That was a good scene. It was very gritty and visceral and violent.
I also read a little bit of the Wolverine Origins comic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really enjoying it. I haven't finished it, but I'm understanding how Wolverine is as a character, and I was real surprised reading it that he wasn't this like this badass since he was a kid. He was like this soft, frail kid, and he eventually turned into this cold person. But there's a lot of
that's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. What is it about superhero movies and stuff, superhero genre, that is about taking a good person and putting them through hell and seeing them claw their way back to goodness? Like, it's all about that.
Yeah, you kind of get that with Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, X-23, and all Punisher, these characters.
Like, all these characters, because Punisher started off not as a bad dude. Right? He was a police officer,
no,
an investigative guy in the military, something like that.
Punisher was in the military, and when he came back home, his family, his wife and kids were killed in Central Park during a mob shooting.
Yeah, but essentially the beginning of it is he's not a bad dude. And
no,
it's all about good people being hurt or violated or destroyed in some way and then coming back for it. So it's like it's interesting to see that.
Yeah.
You never have a superhero who's just like a normal everyday dude. Their life's cool. They woke up and they're like, whoa, I can move shit with my mind. I'm gonna go help people. You know, a lot of them have like a tortured past. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And usually the more popular ones do.
Yeah, like, one of my main reasons I even like Spider-Man, it's due to the fact that he isn't just a tragic figure that bad things happen to him and he doesn't want it to happen to anyone else. It's that he is responsible for his own problem. Like, Uncle Ben was trying to be there for him. He was too frustrated and left. And then his family, not his family, Uncle Ben got shot by the same guy that stole from the wrestling promoter. He could have stopped in the beginning.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man isn't like this he's a tragic hero, but it's not like how Bruce Wayne's Batman is, where he's a vengeful superhero. Like Punisher, he's not after vengeance. Peter's reason to being good is out of guilt. And he feels bad for letting his uncle die by not doing the right thing. But yeah, I'm going to continue finishing that comic, and I want to talk about it more.
Yeah, I'll read it too.
But I was just really it was just a really slow, lackadaisical week for me.
For you? Yeah. Well, not really, because my mom was here up until Wednesday, so we were busy with that, and then Thursday we trained, which was a lot of fun, because Chris and I, you guys don't know this, we're very different height-wise.
Yeah.
I'm very short, he's very tall, so usually when we do, like, MMA training, or we do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or whatever, we can't be partners. Because of the height difference. But this week there was a small class, we gotta work together, and it was a lot of fun trying to take Chris down and Chris trying to take me down, and
it was brutal. I was limping for like a few days.
Yeah, we're both limping. My butt has like a perpetual cramp in it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, that was basically our week, and then, yeah.
Yeah, you got an early Christmas gift too.
From who?
From Lance.
Oh, yes, Lance. It's in the car. Yes, Lance. When we went to Rhode Island Comic-Con, Lance bought a plaque that had a photo of the Supernatural characters. It had Bobby, Joe, Sam, Dean, Castiel, Ellen, all together. And he bought this during Comic-Con. And today, when we were about to film, he gave it to me as an early Christmas present because he said that I would enjoy it and appreciate it more. And thank you, Lance. I love it. It's going to be hung up as soon as I find a nail to hang it up with.
Yeah.
I love it. It's gonna be hung up right next to my Frodo plaque. We'll find another place for that. But yes, thank you, Lance. I love it. I've been getting a lot. I got early birthday present. I got early Christmas present. My mom got me stuff.
Yeah, it was a cool time.
I'm bowling.
But shall we get into a little bit of the news and our topics that we want to talk about?
Yeah.
So, when I looked this up the other day, but you know about Warner Brothers trying to make the new Lord of the Rings TV show
via Amazon.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? You being the biggest Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay. This is my problem. I don't want another Lord of the Rings thing. Like, I read the books.
Yeah.
Did not fully enjoy the books, just to be honest, because I have a
You didn't like the story of Tom Bombadil?
No. I'm a very picky reader. I don't like long, over-winded things. I don't things with redundant descriptions or non-necessary descriptions. Like, yeah, it's
But
cool.
he's so Tom all the time.
Yeah, it's cool you make your own world. That's amazing. But I don't like to read that much. Like, my favorite book is the Iron Druid series by Kevin Hearn. He's really good and is very fast, very witty, and that's the kind of stuff I like to read. But I really, really enjoyed the movies. Again, they are a slower paced movie, but the scenery and everything was beautiful. So my hesitation with the show is, what are they gonna do to make it? If it's not better than the movies, why make it in the first place? So what are they going to do? Add more content? Speed it up? Is it going to be a mini series? Is it going to be multiple series? It's called The Lord of the Rings, but are they going to do anything from like the Silmarillion and like the history? Because there's a lot of history. Like, Tolkien made an entire world. Are they going to more fully explore this? I don't just want a rehashing of the movie. So that's my hesitation. Also, Legolas is and always will be Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, because you like Orlando Bloom.
No, I don't like Orlando Bloom. I like Legolas. Orlando Bloom's Legolas. I've had the biggest crush on him forever.
Well,
I still read fan fiction about Legolas. That's how much. Oh, I read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy just for Legolas. He's only mentioned by name like 3 times in the entire trilogy.
Also, the books you're not too fond of.
My favorite character's barely in the book, okay? And then there's a lot of other shit in the book, just other stuff.
What? They don't have him shown sliding down things like Fred Flintstone?
No. You know The Hobbit, how he's in The Hobbit? He's not mentioned in The Hobbit. Technically, he should be alive, like, timeline-wise.
Yeah.
But he's not mentioned in the books at all. They, like, added him into the movie just because...
Because why not?
Oops. I just flicked a rubber band at Chris by accident. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Because I don't know what they're going to do with it. How do you feel about it? As a person who's still in the middle of watching the series, we're going to finish it soon.
See, I've watched The Hobbit and I've watched 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm on the last one. I feel like, why bother?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to retell the story, why don't you just chop the movies up into sections? Because the movies are so goddamn long anyway.
Yeah.
So if you chop them into 30-minute parts...
Yeah, but they wouldn't be good 30-minute parts because you can't just have... Every section episode should have beginning, climax, ending. So they'd have to have...
That's how story is written.
And I don't think you can split these movies up into logical sequences like that. You'd have to start from scratch with the notion of this is a series. But the problem is we know how Lord of the Rings ends.
So my big problem is if they do this, they're going to run it into the ground like most series. They're going to start they're going to start in the Fellowship of the Ring, but it's gonna take them like 3 seasons to get to the end of the Fellowship of the Ring. And then we're gonna continue on.
Did you know in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it actually took them 28 years to get to Mordor?
Yeah, see, it will take 28 years to get to Mordor. Like, it's real dumb. I don't want that. Either do a prequel or do a sequel series, but I don't want Lord of the Rings again.
Yeah.
Hell, you get the Blu-ray and it's just as good. But honestly, like, I feel like there's no reason to have another Lord of the Rings series. Like, Lord of the Rings is cool, but it's not my favorite thing.
Yeah. I love Lord of the Rings. I just am very nostalgic towards it, though. Like, I listen to music and it makes me cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's very close to my heart. Again, I'm not opposed to them doing, like, a prequel or a sequel, or even maybe just a rehashing of the movies, but as long as they have a new twist to it or a new element to it that makes it new, unique. Like, why would I want to watch the story that everybody watched before? Like, if I want to watch Lord of the Rings, I'll just watch Lord of the Rings. I have movies right there. I'll just watch them. So there has to be a reason for it. But Amazon and that production company, they don't make bad things when they do make stuff. They have a really good show actually called Patriot. It's kind of a different show about like an undercover agent.
Yeah.
And something happened. He had like a bad mission, so he's off at Amsterdam, like taking some time off before he goes home. But his father's like in the government, and his father like does an underground secret mission. When someone tells him, the dad, no, you can't do the mission, but he does it anyway. So he sends his son undercover in like a mill in the middle of the United States as an engineer. But this guy is so mentally messed up that like he'll write folk songs about things that he did. Like, this summer I took a man and put a bag over his head and tortured him until he gave me information, then he died. And he'll like sing shit like this, but he's like giving away government secrets. But he's so like...
Is this a comedy?
It's a dramedy comedy. It's like sad, but not. And they only have 1 season. And it came out first episode 1 year, and then like 2 years later, second episode. But it's coming back now. But this is Amazon, but it came out before Amazon Prime Video was really big. And so now it came out like 2014, and it ended like last year or the beginning of this year. And so the new season's gonna come out. But it's really funny. So I know Amazon production company or Warner Brothers, whoever actually is making it. I know they can make some really solid things. I've seen Handmaid's Tale, Hulu. What else? Amazon. Have they? Who else?
I don't know.
But that's one Amazon thing that is Amazon production that I've seen, and I enjoyed it. It has really good script, so obviously they know how to make good things. I've seen some good stuff from them. So I'm not worried about that. But it's just like the DC movies. They don't have a problem with, like, filming or anything. Like, they don't get ugly looking stuff. It's just the story. So that's what my concern is the story itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be high budget. I don't need, like, perfect looking elves. Like, I'll watch shit. You've seen. I watch, like, low budget movies and we enjoy it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
I just really want the story to be authentic to the characters and to be good.
Right. Well,
sorry, long-winded.
Yeah, it's all good.
But if you haven't seen it, watch Patriot on Amazon. It's actually really good. It's like a random show that like just popped up, and I just watched it, and I just watched the entire thing in one night.
Well,
that's Chris's. Jennifer, stop talking. I want to change the subject. He does this to me all the time. He'll just go, and good point. Let's move on. That's essentially what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Then move on, Christopher.
Well, talking about production studios and stuff, there's the Clash of the Titans happening right now between Disney and Fox. And for people who don't know, 20th Century Fox and Disney are negotiations for the cinematic rights to, like, the X-Men and Fantastic Four and Deadpool and all stuff like that. I can hear you crinkling the paper.
I'm not crinkling anything. That's my brain. thinking. Take it. I'm always doing shit with my hands. I don't know why. Like, every podcast, Chris is grabbing something away from me.
Well, so, what do you think may happen if 20th Century Fox gives the X-Men rights back to Disney?
One thing is really important that should be stated. It's not good that one company owns everything and is making all this money. They're, like, what's happening is we're getting these mega production companies and no one else can make anything good. Like, anything that people will, like, they don't get the time and the light. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even us, we focus on these huge movies, but there's other movies coming out that maybe are less well known.
Yeah.
But they get overshadowed. So it's actually, in the grander schemes of the movie universe, the movie production companies and stuff, it's actually not a good thing that one or two or three major companies own everything. In that regard, it's not a good thing.
But what do you feel about Disney getting these characters that they should have had when they acquired Marvel finally coming back to them?
I think it's cool because, I mean, in the current MCU universe, mutants is not a thing.
Yeah. We have the Inhumans, but the Inhumans is terrible.
Yeah, let's not even talk about the Inhumans. That was so bad.
That bad CG dog.
It was just not good. But, so it'd be cool. It will be cool to have all the characters in one universe so that they can reference each other and intermix with each other and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in that regard, it's good. It is good, but I think I'm focused really on, just with everything going on in our current political climate, the distribution of wealth is important, and I just realized that, like, Disney having rights to everything is also not good at the same time. Like, it would be better if a bunch of production companies had access to these characters, and then all these companies agreed to work together. Something like that.
Like how Sony's working with Disney.
Yeah, something like that would actually be better financially, but if Disney owns all these rights and then just has sole claim to them, where's all this money going?
To Disney.
To Disney. It's going to one place. So it's like other smaller production companies aren't going to get an opportunity to get known or to make these really big. Because say a small production company like one who makes indie films got access to this with the backing of Disney and the resources of Disney. New companies could be supported and stuff. That's never going to happen. Instead, Disney's going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, like, I feel like Disney should get these characters back.
I think they should all stop being fucking children and just work together. We're all making movies. Like, no, you can't have it because I have it and I'm going to make my own movie. And you know what? It doesn't matter that I only own one character. I'll make up new people, okay? Instead of all just being like, hey, I got this guy. Let's work together and make something cool. That's what art's supposed to be.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, like, I want to see all the Marvel characters interact with each other. Because even in the comics, you get Wolverine talking to Captain America, Iron Man, and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. You get funny team-ups with Deadpool and Spider-Man. But we can't have that when every company owns a piece of the pie.
You could if they all agreed to it, but they're not. But
it's a fight. Like, it's like pulling teeth because not Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox is going to be like, no, I don't want you to make money off the X-Men because that's our biggest cash cow. We don't want you to make money off of Deadpool because Deadpool is popular. Mm-hmm. You can have Fantastic Four, and we can't make a good Fantastic Four movie if it bites me in the ass. And then you got Sony going like, we're burying Spider-Man. Like, I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, 1 and 2, but
wait,
it's
Amazing
just
Spider-Man had Which one's the main Spider-Man? Oh, Andrew Garfield. Thank you.
Like, I liked those two movies, but those two movies are just Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 all over again. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man 3 and 2 are just Spider-Man 1 all over again. Like, I'm sick and tired of seeing the same perpetual cycle with these characters. I get
what you're saying, I do, and I think that's a good thing about it. But I think think it's just an interesting discussion, though, to talk about how the film industry is going right now, where nobody is going to have the ability to make a big movie unless you have the backing of these mega companies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's happening. We're going to push out everyone else.
Yeah.
Because people can only watch so many things, and they're going to take... If a mega movie's coming out every month from these companies, most people don't go to the movies every weekend. They go for the big movie that they really want to see.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to these production companies that are smaller but want to make something new and unique but can't anymore because they're being blocked out by these mega things? I don't know. I think it's a really interesting thing to think about how film is going in the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah. There's always going to be a few outliers. Like,
yeah, there's always going to be a few
like right now, Disaster Artist is like topping everything.
Yeah, but that's James Franco. Like, even James Franco, you're like, oh, he's Seth Rogen, James Franco. These are these huge famous actors. It's not some random kid who decided to make it on his own. It's still, you're like, oh, it's a cool movie. It's still not really that left field because these actors are also extremely famous.
Yeah.
Like, you know, think Jennifer Lawrence-esque. She was in that movie, oh my god, with the she had to find her father because of the inheritance of the land, something like that. She had to prove he was dead. Winter's Hill?
Isn't it?
Something like that. Jennifer Lawrence, Winterbone? Something winter, okay? That movie shot her up because she was able to show her skills and everything, but it was an indie film that, you know, got awarded. But if there weren't these small companies like that who give new people options, she probably wouldn't have gotten discovered for the Hunger Games, and she probably wouldn't have shot up to the superstardom that she is now. So if we don't have small films like this, it's never going to go anywhere because mega companies don't invest in new actors. They invest in tried and true actors. We've seen this over and over again. So how is it going to come in the next 20 years when every year we only have 5 different actresses and 5 different actors because we only just repeat everyone because there's no way to get your foot in the door anymore?
Well, it's just when we're talking about like the acquisition of the Marvel characters going back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is what I want. I want the whole melting pot back together again. Like, I want to see Wolverine like punch Captain America in the face because they don't get along, or I want to see Spider-Man interacting with Deadpool.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get that if like these companies either don't work with Disney or don't give it back to Disney. Like, I'm not a Disney shill.
What?
Like, a person that rides Disney's dick. I don't care for a lot of Disney movies. Like, I haven't seen most of the princess movies. I love Lion King. I'm a ride or die Lion King fan. But I don't care about every fucking Disney movie that comes out. Like, I don't give a shit that Disney's redoing all their movies in live action. I think they nailed it the first time. Let them fucking deal it. Like, do something new. Yeah, you got Coco, but you put a 50-minute Frozen short in front of it. Like, I don't care about that. I want to see something interesting, something that's gonna pop. Like, that's why I want, like, Wolverine and the X-Men back in the MCU. I want Deadpool in the MCU. I want the Fantastic Four in the MCU. But we're not gonna get that when every company in the world owns the tiniest piece of that pie.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, I get what you're talking about. Like, you can't have a monopoly on movies or a monopoly on content and whatever. But there has to be like this is where DC did something right. They have all their characters that they can pull from.
Yeah.
The issue is their editing and their story writing is abysmal. They got the casting, they got everything, and it's all under one roof. But they don't know how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got Marvel, who is doing great movies, but no one can use X-Men or use the Fantastic Four. It's weird. Because like imagine like Avengers whatever, and you got the huge Jackman just running up and it's like, yup, I'm back. I'm Wolverine. Everyone wants me as Wolverine. I'm back one more time. Let's do it again. But now I'm siding with Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, the Chris trifecta, and we're going to take out whatever we're going to take out.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to really get that as long as 20th Century Fox holds the death grip over it.
No, it's good. It is good. It is good. I just hope that Disney does a good job. I think Disney has a responsibility as this mega company to support and foster new talent.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they do. I think that they pick the same actors over and over again. I mean, you have heroes, I get that. But in their other things, they should also do it. So, I mean, look at Moana. They still picked completely famous actors. I think if we don't... I was just looking at it because the girl who played Mary Jane in Spider-Man Homecoming is also in like 3 new movies this year. So I'm sitting there going, do we only have one young, slightly brown-looking female actress out there? Like she's black or a mix of something because her skin's pretty light. So I was sitting there going, do we not have any other African-American actresses that we can use? Or do we only have one because we picked her and now she's going to be in every fucking movie? That's what's going on in my mind lately is that, I mean, we only have one Asian. Okay, we just use her over and over again. We only have one blonde white girl. Okay, we're going to use her over and over again. Like, why do we have such a difficulty getting new actresses and putting them in movies? New actors. There's so many talented people out there. I get it. They're like, oh, I need to make money because this is a $500 million budget movie. We're not going to put the weight of that movie onto a new actor because they're afraid that they're going to lose their money. But that's the problem. If we keep making movies that are these $500 million budgets instead of making smaller movies or giving people opportunities to make smaller movies and be competitive, because if you're not going to make any money, you're not going to even make a smaller movie. So that means no new actors, no new directors, no new sound mixers, no new editors, no new anything. It's going to be the same old ones over and over again, and then they're just going to nepotism the new ones taking under them, even if they're not the best talented ones. They're just the one that the person who's currently doing it knows. So then they're going to replace them, and then we're going to get in this cycle of not getting any new talent for anything.
Do you think that's just you recognizing a pattern?
That's what I'm saying. I was saying Disney's a good thing. Yes, Marvel Universe for movies, for stories, for comic book fans, awesome. For the industry itself, though, is it good that this is happening, that this trend is happening where we're getting these mega corporations?
Because I know in every movie they have to hold an audition. And at the same time, there's a few directors who already have someone in their mind.
Almost all of them already have someone in their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, be honest. And they're all the people they already have in mind are all semi-famous actors who probably have work already.
Like, you could be like, well, The Rock is in everything. And that is true. He's in goddamn everything. But I think the reason why he's in goddamn everything is because he's so popular.
Yes, I get that's why they're doing it, because they're saying, because they're putting money into this, they want to get money back, so they put actors in that are going to draw on the crowd. I get that. Financially makes sense. All of this makes sense financially. I'm not talking about financially what makes sense. I'm talking about artistically what makes sense. And as an actress, I knew this going in. So I'm a chemist, but I studied theater, and I actually wanted to go to theater, and my parents support me to take a gap year, go for it. But you know what? I'm short and I'm curvy. And I'm not funny. I can only be a comedian in the industry right now. They don't. Yeah. We typecast. I would never, literally because of my body type, I would never be able to be a Mary Jane.
Well, even when I was Tom Cruise is short.
He's a man. They just make him stand on boxes. Instead of just getting shorter women, they make him stand on a box. Because a beautiful woman can't be short. I mean...
this beautiful actress who's 5'11" has to kiss this 5'2" midget.
So they make him stand on a box instead of just getting a beautiful 5-foot-tall actress, which is why I could never be an actress.
Step on these crates. We need you at eye level with this actress.
Yeah, but that's literally what's going on. So, like, my thing is, thinking about it, we know we have this problem. We know that we only pick specific types of actresses and actors. We know that we only pick famous people, and it's extremely difficult to get into this industry.
Sorry, I thought like Tom Cruise walking up these crates, and this girl's like, I don't want to kiss that.
Yeah, you do.
It's like, yeah, you do if you want this paycheck.
Yeah.
And you can keep that paycheck. It's like, you are not running away from Tom Cruise. All he does is run. Have you seen his movies? He's only running.
But no.
He will catch you.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying artistically, you know. What do you think? You went to school for all of this. You know how it works, I guess, more than I do, because I didn't study the production side of it. I studied the actual acting side of it, and I studied theater more than film.
So, there's a difference. Like, you need to be realistic with your approach in a sense. You have, like, your dream pick. Like, think of it, it's not, you don't really know much about, like, sports and, like, draft picking, but it's like...
Yes, but... If you're a mega movie star, most actresses or actors are going to say yes unless it's scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
Because you're picking the mega famous ones. So they're either going to... You know who's going to say yes. If
or...
you're doing a hit action film, you're not going to ask, you know, a traditional non... You get that. You know who you're going to ask beforehand. That's not... I don't know. I'm just saying we have a problem right now in this in the whole thing that if you're not young, because the only way you're going to get in is because if they need a young actor, well... all the young actors become old, so then that's how they get new famous actors, right? Young people. But if you're a 49-year-old woman who's actually an extremely talented actress, you have almost zero chance of getting into a bigger movie. Or getting a role, even, sometimes. Like, that's just the way it works. And I'm, like, sitting here thinking about this, like, that's wrong. Why don't we change that? Why don't we open up movies more to different people? And the reason why is because they're not making movies that they want to have an okay...
they're making
earnings. They want $500,000, $1 billion earnings, worldwide. That's why. So they're going for these mega famous actors. But all I'm saying is, this is creating a very rare opportunity where if you're 0 to 25, you have an opportunity to possibly make it. But if you get over that, you're probably never ever going to get a role.
Yeah, like, your only shot is to get cast in Star Wars or something, because Star Wars is known for hiring new talent all the time.
Yeah, something like that. Like, that's it. Because everyone else, nope, they're only going to pick people they know already, who are already famous, even if they're not actually that good, but their name draws in a crowd. Like, and as an artist, that's actually everything against art. Art should be who is actually the best person to bring this character alive, but that's not what this is about anymore. I mean, people, nowadays, you know about it, you've heard about it, they actually write these scripts going, you know what, I want Salma Hayek, because there's just an actress I thought of off the top of my head. I'm actually going to write a script specifically for this actress because I like her a lot. And then they built an entire movie around that person because they're like, I want this person to draw in the crowd. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's not art. None of it is art anymore. So I'm just saying, it's sad. I went to school. I love theater. Theater is supposed to be about human portrayal, blah, 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 blah. And it's all about money, which I get.
So you're feeling like it's a little bit too cookie cutter at this time.
It's so cookie cutter, and it's also no fresh faces. The fresh faces are all actually fresh faced. They're 19 years old. I mean, look at someone who's 49 years old, my mom. She only gets to watch the same female actresses be recycled in every fucking movie because they're not going to pick a new actress who's 49 years old. They're not going to pick... That doesn't happen. It's super rare. And when it does, we go, oh my god, praise be to this movie, when they did something that they should have fucking done, which was look for the most talented person, not look for the most famous person to play the role.
Yeah. Because it's better... I feel like it's better to get someone that is unknown but really good versus someone that is okay but they're just
but that's not what happens.
Famous.
That's not what happens, though. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. I get the way movies work. Because everyone's like, Jennifer, you don't understand how money works. Yeah, I do. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying take yourself out of that and think of this as an artist, as an actress, and what's important. And I'm like, we're losing art in movies. Because we're just... It's exactly what happens with wealth. Only the rich get richer and everyone else gets poorer and poorer. That's all that's happening. Yeah. That's it.
Like, bouncing off that, then, like, because you're talking about, like, how, like, there's not much art left in movies, and then we get, like, these movies that are more and more the same, that everything is trying to be the next blockbuster.
Yeah, yeah.
And right now, all that you can see is really making any money is superhero movies. So do you have, like, any superhero fatigue at all? Because, like, I do in some sense and not all the time.
Oh, in a weird way I do, because, like, going back, like, what was my favorite movie of the MCU universe was Winter Soldier. And the reason why is because it went small.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting tired of watching a movie and the entire thing is fight scene, fight scene, fight scene, fight scene, fight scene, fight scene.
That's actually why I like Spider-Man Homecoming. Because it's not about the whole world or a whole country.
It's world.
It's just nerdy kid from Queens and that's it. And it's like, I'm just trying to protect Queens. I want Tony Stark to notice me.
Yeah.
And I'm not being noticed. Maybe I have to step my game up. And there's one guy that's kind of making a mess in Queens. And it's only in Queens.
Yeah, like that whole fight scene in Homecoming that's on the boat.
Yeah.
And it's not, the entire New York's been destroyed.
Ferry.
It's just a ferry. Again, all lives are important, blah, blah, blah. But it went small scale. So, like, most movies that do really good, that aren't superhero movies, right? Like, look at Silver Linings Playbook. It's again, going back, what's the whole point of a movie? The point of a movie is supposed to be the exploration of human life. Superheroes take it to the extreme by saying, well, what if these people had powers, blah, blah, blah. But it's supposed to be the exploration of human life. If you make everything so grandiose and the scale so large, it's no longer about humans, it's about mega-humans. But we connect to the human element of it. So...
Isn't it supposed to be, like, not the element of human life, but, like, the struggle of the character and how they overcome said struggle?
Yeah, but we're humans. So if you make something that's not human, and the scales that we can't understand or apply to our own selves, yeah, it's cool the first few times, like, oh, wow, this is so cool, whoa. But after a while, you're not connecting. I'm not connecting to all these characters because I don't have superpowers in the first place. My choices don't affect everyone.
You're saying you didn't cry at the end of Homeward Bound?
Homeward Bound's about dogs. That's a small scale thing. It's about one family and their pets.
You cry.
But that's what made you cry, because you can connect with them. Yeah, you're like, it's not dogs, but we put human emotions in dogs. That's why you were able to connect to it. So, yeah, that's just my thing. I mean, maybe it's because I went into acting for something else, but especially filming today and having to think, like you think, oh, you're just fighting, blah, blah, blah. But, you have to get into the character and who this person is and the emotions that they feel and why and their motivations. And I, as the actor, can understand that when I'm doing a fight scene, but when you're watching it on the outside, you don't always.
Yeah.
Like, Logan did a good job. You connected to him when he was fighting. But in most of the Marvel movies, there's no connection to these people. They're just fighting.
Like...
Whereas if you made the movie smaller, like, why not have a good, simple spy movie with Black Widow?
That is the biggest demand right now.
That would be but don't make it, oh, we have to save this device because the whole world. Make it something small. small and something
like
intriguing and something that really gets to explore her character and her connection to people and how she connects, that would be a fantastic movie. But that's not what they're gonna do.
Yeah, like I would really like Winter Soldier Black Widow movie, but I don't think they're ever gonna do that. No. But yeah, I do have a sense of superhero fatigue because like, if it's a superhero I don't really care about, I don't want to watch the movie. Like, I don't care for Iron Man, and everyone's like, well, Iron Man's so cool. No, I hate Iron Man. Like, I get real tired of his shit. You only can, like, be on his side for so long before you go, like, Tony, get your head out of your ass. You're always causing the problem. And he's like, no, we gotta do this. You're the one who built Ultron. You're the one that made all these Iron Man suits that fucked the world up. Just chill the fuck out. Just stop. Like, everything you do kind of has a problem with it. Like, instead of, like, even in Homecoming, instead of telling Peter, hey, I got this, I'll handle it. Thank you for letting me know about the Vulture, but I'll take him down myself. You could have done that. You know what you've done? Erase the whole problem from the movie. Because Peter would be like, but. He's like, no, kid, I got it.
Yeah.
And that's it. But you know what he was doing? Nothing. He's just like, no, I'll just kind of blow you off a little bit here and there. Knowing that Peter has something to prove. He wants something to prove himself. But then I don't care for Doctor Strange. I don't care for Ant-Man too much. Even though people saying Ant-Man's great. I've never seen it. Like, I don't even care about Thor. You're just jumping up and down in your chair and I can hear it.
The only person I ever cared about was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. I do have a little bit of a fatigue. And I think if they don't stop with the cookie cutter movies...
Yeah, I want them to do something different.
They're not going to lose money. Honestly, they're not. People are going to keep going to movies. People are gonna they're fun. That's simple. But they're not rewatchable. No. I'm not like, ooh, I'm going to go rewatch Iron Man for the 7th time. I will watch Lord of the Rings over and over again. And I do watch Twilight over and over again. Just because I like it. It's not a good movie. I just like it. But, like... Nah. I just like it. No, there's no reason. Not a good movie. But I can't rewatch these movies because it's just a fight scene. Like, oh, okay. Now he's going to punch.
Yeah, like, it's my biggest thing when I go and tell people, what's the plot of the Avengers? And when no one could tell me the plot.
Hold on. Plot of Avengers. They're aliens coming down. Wormy, floating. That's Avengers 2, isn't it?
It's not the plot. That's just things that are in the movie.
I don't remember the plot of Avengers.
Yeah, because it's forgettable and it's not really there.
Yeah. No, they spend more time, like, introducing the characters, but not their motivations per se.
So, like, I want a different type of superhero movie. That's why I like Logan so much. It's not this crazy, grandiose, like action romp like you see in the Avengers or in the MCU movies. It's a little contained story all about Wolverine. Yeah. And his relationship to these two other characters. Mm-hmm. But that's what three characters.
That's what it's supposed. That's what theater and stuff is supposed to be about.
Yeah, and then even The Dark Knight, it's Batman's relationship with himself, with Alfred, with Harvey Dent, the Joker, and Rachel. Mm-hmm.
And the Captain, Gordon.
And occasionally Gordon. But maybe 5 characters this person is linked to, and few characters get removed. It's not him trying to save the world. It's him trying to save these 2 boats filled with people, prisoners and civilians. And he's trying to save these two ships from blowing up. Just doesn't matter if they're good or they're bad. They're people. And this is all he cares about, trying to protect them.
Yeah.
But then we got Age of Ultron, where we got Ultron lifting a whole country in the air. And it's like, I'm going to drop it and wipe everything out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Man of Steel. I'm going to terraform the whole planet. Well, we obviously know that's not going to happen because you're going to set up a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're going to have Superman lose and die in his first movie, there's no goddamn way. Like, I just want a change in my movies. Like, that's why Guardians did so well. But there's all this same shit repeating and repeating and repeating. Personally, I love the superhero movies, but, like, I'm tired of seeing the same old origin or something like that.
But I'm not like you. I can't read comic books because comic books have the same problem. It's the same thing over and over again. I can't read that.
So, like, that's how come I was always saying, like, if you're going to read a comic, you have to read a specific run.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, but there's problems. Like, they're always rebooting and rebooting and rebooting. You're never going to get.
That's why I really want to read that. What was the one, Metal? Where it goes
Batman Metal.
Goes through all the evil Batmans in the universe, alternate in the multiverse. That is different. That seems cool.
Yeah.
But like, let's read another Batman story. I've read a lot of Batman stories, and I watched so many Batman animated movies, and I watched so many Batman cartoon series, like, and I watched multiple live series movies. Like, it gets.
Yeah, and there's only so many times you can see Bruce Wayne's parents get shot before you go like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's why Lego Batman was so good.
Yeah, because it was different.
And then, like, comics have the same issue, and they have to change it up a little, too.
Yeah.
But, we did watch at least one movie this week.
That we wanted to talk about very quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're almost out of time, unfortunately.
Yeah, so this is going to be pretty quick. We've been on a Will Ferrell tear.
Yes, we have. And we watched The House with Amy
Poehler and Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Okay. Did not get good score at all. Did not.
No, its Rotten Tomato score is like a 52.
It deserves that score.
And it's like IMDb is like a 5.
I was thinking maybe a 6. It's not bad. It's cliche.
Is it though? Is it cliche? Yeah.
It's not cliche. It's a comedy movie that's.
It follows a lot of comedic tropes.
Yeah, it's like comedic tropes. That's what I meant. It has comedic tropes, but none of the acting's bad. It has some funny laughs to it. It's making fun of the current education system, essentially, though.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, it wasn't bad. Just watching it and not taking it seriously, it wasn't bad.
What was the plot of the movie?
Two parents who are very close to their daughter. Daughter gets into her dream university. And essentially, they're middle-class people who are living beyond their means.
Curses, I was spoiled again.
They don't actually have any savings for their daughter, and they were banking on the town scholarship that the daughter won. The town was actually out of money and decided not to give the girl the scholarship. Instead, they decided to build like a community pool, an extravagant community pool, so the parents had to figure out a way to get their daughter to go to college. But they loved their daughter so much they couldn't disappoint her and tell her that they couldn't afford to take her. So they tried everything, loans, blah, 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 couldn't. Their really good friend who was down on his luck getting a divorce was like, I really need this trip. We're going to Vegas. So they went to Vegas for like a weekend, and the parents gambled, and they had a lot of fun. And their friend convinced them, hey, let's open our own casino, and all the money that you make, 2/3, can go to your daughter's college fund. So they decided, okay, we're going to do this till we make $500,000, enough for us to pay for our daughter's 4-year education, and enough for the husband to get his house back. their friend to get his house back. It actually starts doing really well. Parents get a little full of themselves. City. I'm not gonna say anything else because that's gonna give away the plot. You know what happens, but that's what it's about. So it's not a bad movie. The actors are good. The relationship between the mom and dad is actually really cute and really sweet, and I liked it. It was cute. It's simple. I don't know what people were expecting from it. Like, it's a comedy. Like, it's not meant to be taken seriously, but actually this comedy explored human nature pretty well too.
It follows a lot of Will Ferrell's comedic tropes, though.
Yeah.
It's like he plays the lovable goof or the lovable idiot, and he's just he has the heart of gold, and he's trying real hard to help his family out. I think it was shot pretty decently, but it felt like the budget felt like it wasn't a big time movie. It didn't feel like a movie like Anchorman or something like that. You know what I mean? It felt like an episode of Parks and Rec. Kind of. I can see what you're saying, like budget wise. But then again, the story didn't need a large budget to be told well. No, it didn't. It was a simple story that could be told, without extra extravagance needed. I think I like physical comedy a lot. Yeah. And it had some physical comedy, like the way the mom used the lighter and the whole torture scene. But my favorite comedy is actually physical comedy. Yeah. So this lacked that. Like, it wasn't too much physical comedy. It also had a weird middle where there was no funny parts in the middle. Yeah, like that whole middle part was kind of a blur. Like, the beginning was cute, and there was some funny scenes, like with the parents trying to get money and when they first opened up, and then it got weird, and then the parents got weird after the torture scene. That was when it got funny again. And then they all started acting weird, and like they were on top. And then it got not funny when they lost the money because of something that you'll find out if you watch it. Not funny. And then it didn't get funny again. So it had like beginning, a small smidgen in the middle that it was actually legitimately funny, and then the rest was just kind of a movie. Yeah, like it is a movie. I can. It just felt like a drama or one of those boring fucking independent movies that you watch that nothing happens. Like Eat, Pray, Love, nothing really happens. Well, some people love Eat, Pray, Love, but like, what's that one? Crazy Stupid Love with what's his name? He plays Michael in The Office. I always forget his name. Fuck. I know what you're talking about. What's his name? It's gonna piss me off. I can't remember. His name's Michael Scott, but he is played by. I can't remember. Okay, like that movie, Crazy Stupid Love or whatever, where nothing really fucking happens and you're just sitting there watching people go about their daily life. That's what the middle felt like. So if they could have put more jokes and it made it more funny, it would have been better. But comedies have a hard time because I think the genre of comedy, people mistake comedy and think we're gonna make it funny, but what we're gonna do is take everything away that this character has ever, everything they want, everything they work for. We're gonna take it away and we're gonna make them in the worst place they could possibly be, and they're gonna do something desperate to get back up. That's what all comedy shows are about. Every comedy movie's about something like that, and it's like you don't have to do that to be funny. Like, that's why I like the old classics like Tommy Boy, Ace Ventura, even Anchorman. Anchorman isn't about someone falling down and getting back up. It's someone who was at the pinnacle, and because of his pride and hubris, he kind of screws himself a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's his own worst enemy. But he still makes it to the top, regardless who he is. He's always going to be on the top. Yeah. But this movie was okay. Like, I liked it enough to finish but it. To rewatch it, I'm like, I have to wait a long time. A long time, and maybe if you're with a bunch of buddies or something. But not just to sit and watch it. Yeah. But not bad. No. I don't think it's worth owning, but we got it on sale at Target during Black Friday, so that's why we bought it. And my mom really wanted to see it. So. Yeah, so definitely I gotta finish Lord of the Rings because I swear I'm like the only person on the planet that's never finished that movie. And then Star Wars comes out in 2 weeks.
Right before my birthday.
Yeah. So.
Are we gonna see it on my birthday?
Yeah,
Is that
we're
my
seeing it on
birthday
your
gift?
birthday.
My birthday. I'm getting steak on my birthday.
Yeah. Lightsabers and steak.
Lightsaber.
And then you just kill the cow. It's like. It was like that little kid youngling in Revenge of the Sith. He's like, Master Anakin, they're all over the place. What are we gonna do? Screw that kid. Hate him so much. He deserved what he got.
Oh my god. Okay. I love you. You're such a dork.
Remember, guys, when there's a kid
No.
telling you, what are we going to do?
You just kill him?
You take your lightsaber, not slaber, saber, and you
give him macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. You feed the child.
no,
You feed it.
no, you fucking end him. You like, yeah, just cut him in twain.
Okay. So, before we end out our Super Fun Pack Weekly podcast, don't forget to check us out on Twitter. We tweet now, Super Fun Pack. Like us on Facebook with Super Fun Pack. It's actually one word squished together, so if you can't find us, that's why. Yeah, also, some people have told us that on our website, www.superfunpack.com, when they've tried to listen to our podcast directly on the website, it doesn't work.
They're having a hard time.
It does work. It just takes a really long time to load for some reason. It's
But
much easier to watch it on iTunes or any podcasting services. You can also find the podcast. We're also going to be uploading all of our podcasts to YouTube soon.
Yeah.
So that will help. But yeah, do not despair. The video players or the audio player does work. It's just extremely slow to load directly on the website.
So, by next week, we're going to have episodes 1 through 6 on YouTube. And then every week we'll put up the new Super Fun Pack, like, movie review podcast up. But then soon, we're going to have a second podcast where we haven't come up with a name yet, but, no, is it Shooting the Shit?
Yeah.
We're going to have a new podcast called Shooting the Shit with Chris and Jen. And we're going to come up with topics and just talk about it.
It's going to be any topic, not necessarily movies, comics, or anything. It could be anything going on in the news, anything going on in our day, anything about fighting.
We may be super hammered.
We're also probably going to drink, yes. Alcohol will most likely be.
But that will come out every other week on youtube.com/superfunpack and on podcast services.
Starting next year.
But starting next year, you can pay $1 to get it the week of. But if you can't do that, we'll do it the next week.
I don't know what you're saying.
So,
hey, we're going to start a Patreon soon. Details will come out later.
Yeah, so, again, next year when we do Shooting the Shit with Chris and Jen, our second podcast, if you want to listen to that podcast the week of, you just pay $1 and you can get the link to listen to it the week of. If you can't do that, it'll come out the next following week on YouTube.
Yo, we're going to start a Patreon, and if you pay $1, you'll get access to Shooting the Shit a week early. Woo!
Woo, woo.
Just said everything Chris wanted to say in a much easier way. Go me!
Yeah. That's why Jen's the brains. And that's why the kids get the lightsaber from old Chris.